The biggest MMO server in Minecraft is not new to bugs and exploits. There are exploits that have been deep rooted into the gameplay. So in this video I'll be covering 10 of the biggest exploits in Hypixel Skyblock history. From abusing beds to stealing admin accounts. Beds. One of the best things in Minecraft. Prevents you from losing your home and helps you skip the horrors of the night. But this small thing holds a sinister secret. If you try to use it in the nether, it explodes. Now you might be wondering, how would one exploit this feature? This is where the spooky festival comes into play. Just like Halloween in real life, you beat up random children and steal candy from them. The candy you collect gives you candy score, and if you have a high candy score, you can gain certain rewards. Now what players did was, they filled up their chests with candy and used a nether biome stick to convert their island type into the nether. And then this allowed them to obtain an unholy candy score. It wasn't that dangerous, but it was pretty amusing. Money in Skyblock is important. There are hundreds of guides teaching players how to make money. The most common methods are mining or gambling. But this man called Timedeo knew he was cooler than that and decided to dupe coins. Now it wasn't your average dupe. Skyblock has various NPCs that sell you stuff and also buy your stuff. Now it should be obvious, but you cannot buy an item from the NPC for a certain price and sell it back for a higher price. Unless the admins made an oopsie. The builder NPC was selling bookshelves for 27 coins each, and if you break bookshelves, you gain 3 books that you could sell to the NPC for 12 coins each, meaning a profit of 9 coins per bookshelf. And that's what Timedeo did. And according to my calculations, you could make almost 36k per hour doing this, which is extremely OP, so the admins decided to nerf it by increasing the price of bookshelves to 100. Hypixel has an alpha server, where the rich test new updates and the peasants do parkour. Now back then you could gain free coins from the NPC, which could then be used to buy stuff from the auction house and the bazaar. Now the admins made a massive oopsie. Instead of using the AH and bazaar from the alpha server, they accidentally put trillions of coins into the ones in the main server. And unsurprisingly, that almost broke the economy. But it was quickly patched and the coins were deleted. Grass is dangerous, which is why I never touch it. But in Minecraft it's mostly harmless. Emphasis on mostly, as we don't know what dark secrets it could be holding. Now some players were able to awaken the abilities hidden inside grass. What they did was they placed grass on the max Y level and then bone mealed it. Now the server has a weird quirk, where if you try to place a block higher than the max Y level, the block actually gets placed in Y level 0 at the same X and Z axis. For easier understanding, let me explain. Now what the players did was, they placed a chest on Y level 0 and then placed grass on Y255. Then they filled up the chest with the item they wanted to increase their collections in. And then this exploit allowed people to become number 1 in every single collection. Now the admins patched this by reducing the max Y level by 1. Dungeons are profitable. You run through a floor, smack smaller enemies, then smack a bigger enemy, and you get loot. But doing that takes time. What if you could just skip the smacking smaller enemies part and just smack the big guy? Well, that was what some players did. They would suffocate themselves, then start a dungeon run, and then suffocate themselves again. And they'd be in the boss fight arena. Cause Hypixel. If this bug was an actual bug, it would be a cockroach, as no matter how many times you try to kill it, it keeps coming back. Skyblock has a lot of items. Most of them are kinda useless, but you can't just throw everything on the ground or sell it off. as it is a pain or a waste of time. Are you tired? Are you tired of your inventory getting filled up by seeds while farming? Yes. Are you tired of your inventory getting clogged by random worthless items? Yes. Well, we have brought a revolutionary new product, the personal deleter. Just turn it on and watch the magic happen. Wow, thank you, personal deleter. Now that was the ideal scenario. But some players decided to have a little fun with the item. They decided to place an iron sword in it. Now there exists an iron sword in the game that is worth quite a bit of money. You guys probably know where this is going. So what people did is, they placed an iron sword in the personal deleter and then... Yeah, it was horrible. Thankfully, you can no longer drop items now, and the personal deleter cannot be auctioned. Duping is bad. No need to thank me. Every year there are hundreds of dupes in Hypixel. Most of them come from the deep dark part of the internet. But this dupe was unique, as this dupe was found and popularized by a YouTuber, a really consistent YouTuber, Pigicial. So Pigicial found a dupe, and instead of going to the admins, he went to the Skyblock hub. Guys, if you're not wearing armor, right click on a backpack, it will duplicate it. And all hell broke loose. Simon himself had to step in and said he was very disappointed by Pigical's actions. And Skyblock was shut down until all the duped items were found. Crystal Hollows is the place where people farmed glass for money. A plot that Breaking Bad would steal 13 years earlier. But before you can start farming glass, you need to farm powder. Now the best way to farm powder is by opening treasure chests. After opening a treasure chest in the Crystal Hollows, you cannot open any other chest. And there was a bug, due to which other menus were considered to be treasure chest menus. So closing menus gave you all its contents. Now this allowed people to dupe a lot of items and start mass producing nullheads. But it has been patched, thankfully. On January 21, 2021, there was a really serious bug in Hypixel. Now I don't really understand how it works, so I'll let Nerd here explain this.
They found ports with vulnerabilities and coded a bypass to Hypixel security that they then used to access the Hypixel staff account.
In simple words, they found a way to hack the Hypixel admin accounts. Now they didn't do too much. All they did was give themselves more than $100,000 worth of gold and a lot of XP and a bunch of Skyblock coins. But an admin was able to get a hold of him, where they talked about all of the methods he used, and they were able to fix the problem. Session IDs are important. They are used by websites and stuff to figure out who you are. The same goes for Minecraft servers. Whenever a player joins a server, a unique session ID is generated that is sent to Mojang. Each player receives a unique session ID. You may have seen the bug, where you aren't able to enter any Minecraft server as your session ID is invalid. It is usually because Mojang and the server cannot figure out who you actually are, and is usually solved by restarting Minecraft. So we now know the session ID is important. But what if somebody got a hold of that session ID and hacked your account? Well, that's what happened on February 2020. There was a bug that allowed people to log into accounts of different people, and YouTubers including iceblades11,
ditch.
and Timedeo were hacked.
Just click on the slots. Wait, why I logged in from another location?
And their millions of coins were stolen. But thanks to the 2FA, YouTube ranks and admins were safe. Mojang later fixed the problem, but it was extremely irresponsible on their part. I don't really know how long the video is gonna be, but the session ID thing was explained better in a video by FitMC. The grass exploit was better explained by IGoByLotsOfNames. And if you wanna watch a longer video like this, I'd recommend checking out the iceberg video by Hellcastle and Tyler, or maybe watch some of my other videos. Okay, bye now. If you watch the video, if you want to watch more videos like this, click the button right here, and if you want to click the button right here. Episode to the channel, bring channel member, based on the Discord, and don't forget to leave a comment and I read all comments.